Welcome back to The Report. I'm Kyle Downs, and I'll be your anchor. Now, I want to get right down to business tonight. I'm sure you've heard of the sheep, Dolly, the first mammal to be successfully cloned from an adult cell. Now, just recently, scientists have gotten their hands on possible viable parent cells from woolly mammoths. You heard it right, an animal that has been extinct for 10,000 years might be cloned in the next decade or so. Some studies even suggest that bringing mammoths back could slow global warming. We have our lead reporter, Aiden Clark, at Harvard, talking about the subject. Aiden?
Hey Kyle, I'm here with Dr. Sergey Zimov. He's one of the lead scientists at Harvard trying to bring them back the woolly mammoth.
Actually, I just study and predict the effects of bringing back the mammoths. Dr. Church actually works on the actual revival.
And what are some of the effects of bringing back the woolly mammoth?
You see, when mammoths were still around, the tundra were vast grasslands. Mammoths kept trees from growing and kept the plains fertile. They lived there with many other animals, such as bovids, equestrians, horses, antelopes, and such. Now the grasslands actually kept all the permafrost in places. But when the herds of animals disappeared and the grasslands returned to tundra, the permafrost was able to melt and release huge amounts of CO2 and methane into the atmosphere, creating a greenhouse effect that we have since amplified.
Now, how are they cloning the mammoth? It seems very complex and difficult to do.
Oh, it is. Let me explain. Now, I'm not an expert in bioengineering or anything, so forgive me for my mistakes. They aren't really cloning the mammoth. As I understand it, they are interpreting the genome of a mammoth and altering the genetic code of modern elephants to resemble and act more like mammoths would have. As far as ecologists are concerned, though, they are bringing it back.
Very interesting, Sergey. Back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Aiden. It's very interesting. A story that started while humans hadn't become prevalent yet, and will soon continue in the middle of the information age. I'm Kyle Downs, anchoring for The Report, and we'll return after the break. And we're back. I'm Kyle Downs, anchoring for The Report, and I have a very interesting story. A kindergartner, that's right, just 5 years old, invented a device that will help kids everywhere. It's called the Squeezy toothpaste product. Now, you can see it right here. You screw it onto a tube of toothpaste, so when you squeeze the tube, the toothpaste dispenses evenly across the bristles. It's simple enough, but amazing that someone so young could have invented it. We have our field reporter, Aiden, here to talk to a couple people about this. Aiden, who do you have with you?
I'm here with Mr. Sariker, a successful business person, and Mr. Smithson, who we found right out there. I'm going to ask their opinion on this new product. I admit this is going to be a little bit weird, but I think it'll be interesting. So, Mr. Sariker, what do you think of this?
Well, I'm surprised no one has thought of it before. Now that it's been made, it seems obvious, but of course, it's a risky business. It could either be extremely successful by appealing to busy mothers because they want their children to do things by themselves, or it could be observed as the pampering of children, making things so easy for little kids that they're spoiled. I, as a man of business, have absolutely no concern of how people see it and cannot predict it.
And what do you think, Mr. Smithson? I guess it'll be cool. It'll help children, I guess. Can I really follow up what that guy just said? I guess not. Back to you, Kyle.
Thanks, Aiden. I'm Kyle Downs, and I'll see you tomorrow. For The Report, signing off.